Good morning. That's much better, much better. My name is Mike Donahue. I'm part of the leadership team for Patterson Dental out of St. Louis, Missouri. I first want to thank D1 for inviting Patterson to be here today, for letting us take part. It's a real honor and we're pleased to be here. I'm here really to share a little bit of a personal story, and it's kind of unique, but there's a lot of themes and principles that are all about personal development. I think that's what we're here to talk about today. It all goes back to work ethic and motivation and attitude, and those things that we bring to our job every day so that we can really make it a pleasurable experience for us and for our patients. So my story starts like a lot of people in this room. Test the clicker here real quick. There we go. So my story starts like a lot of people in this room. It starts in dental school. So I know there's a lot of people that started out in dental school. And it also brought me to a lot of teamwork. You can see that's my family on the right. I got my wife Katie, our 4 daughters. There's no way that that happens without a lot of teamwork. So teamwork at work and teamwork at home, it is a theme of success I think we can all agree on. So my dental school was military. It's a little bit different than the dental school you guys went to. And that started out 25 years ago as an assistant. The first thing I learned in the military is you don't get to choose your circumstances, right? That's something we learn every day. You don't get to choose how that patient's gonna react in the chair. You do always get to choose how you respond to those circumstances. Believe it or not, I was 18 and I joined the military to save the world. And that didn't really necessarily include dental for me. But nonetheless, that's where I ended up. And it turned out to be a great thing. It's been a 25-year career, and I couldn't be happier to be there now. So, but what I learned was even though that wasn't the circumstance that I wanted, I came to work bringing that energy and the drive to be successful every day, because attitude really does make the difference. So because of that attitude, I got kind of a unique opportunity. There's not really supposed to be a pathway that I took, but like I said, attitude opens doors. I spent the first 4 years in the military basically being a dental assistant. And that was fun, it was cool. I got to help people every day in some unique environments. But my last year was at the Naval Amphibious Base Coronado. That's where the SEAL School is, Basic Underwater Demolition. So that was kind of cool for me. I was basically a chart manager. They gave me a security clearance, and I got to review the SEALs charts and see who was deployable and who wasn't deployable. And I was like, well, cool, you know. It got me kind of pumped up. I started going to the gym every day. I was running, I was working out, doing push-ups, and you know, when you have a good attitude, it's infectious. People around you notice it. And I guess that must have been the case, because one day I was in the gym just working out hard, and the SEAL Master Chief walks up and he says, hey kid, what are you doing? Are you gonna be a SEAL? Are you trying to get in the buds? And I said, no sir, I'm actually, this is my last year, I have bad eyes. I think the closest to excitement I'm gonna get is looking at your SEALs dental charts. And so he said, we have a security clearance then. And I said, yeah. He said, well, would you like to do something different for your final year? I didn't think much about it until I showed up at work the next morning, and that SEAL Master Chief was standing next to my commanding officer with a set of orders in his hands. And it turns out they needed a cover operation, a dentist and a dental technician, to give a SEAL team an excuse to travel around Southeast Asia. And that was a really cool way to spend my last year. So we would go in, call it a humanitarian operation, and the special forces would be training other special forces all around Southeast Asia. And it was really cool because I was surrounded by these top performers, these amazing people. And you know, I didn't get to do all the cool stuff they got to do, but I definitely got to be part of the group. It's quite an experience when you're working with top performers. And I think that you guys have a group of top performers right here. The first thing I learned about working with top performers is they're not perfect people. And that kind of gave me a little bit of freedom, because I thought, well, maybe you don't have to be perfect to be a top performer, right? That's a pretty cool thing to figure out early on in your career. So that was the end of my Navy career, and it was the beginning of my first of 20 years with Patterson. And I carried that through. I learned working with the SEALs that top performers are not perfect, and they all have rough edges and flaws just like most of us. And then I started to learn about leadership. And leadership is a lot about like a puzzle, fitting those little rough edges together and taking strengths and weaknesses and opportunities and turning that into something that can create extraordinary results. Isn't that something cool when you can take things that aren't perfect and leverage them and create something extraordinary? So that was a valuable lesson. My career with Patterson was a lot about service. So I think we can all understand service. It's what we do every day. I was a service technician repairing equipment. I was at one point an account representative, consulting with my doctors and helping them grow their businesses. And then I went into leadership. So I got to serve patients, I got to serve dental teams, got to serve practices, and now I'm serving DSOs. And I couldn't be prouder to be part of an organization like Patterson that has allowed me and has fostered me a path to help the people around me develop. And I think Decision One offers those same types of opportunities. We get to help each other develop to be the best that we can be. And I think we're both really lucky to have teams that foster an environment like that. So I want to thank you guys very much. This is an awesome thing you put together, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day.